$39.42. The balance sheet showed $407,000, yet Jack Charles said this was the lowest year of $370,000, which again does not add up what the auditor's report is. Miles Shack, he's a great guy, yes he is. On the RiverWalk talk, the irrigation and water wells totaled $570,000, yet Miles Shack and the board signed the balance sheet that showed the irrigation expense $179,000. Total amount of checks that were paid by $545,000. So just in that alone, it's negligence, because Miles Shack even stated on his own that the balance, it was $570,000, yet he signed the balance sheet showing $179,000. The roof cleaning receipts totaled $3,500, yet on the balance sheet sold $90,000. Rich Goodwin states in September issue of RiverWalk, the rental expense for the past 3 years is not on the audited balance sheet, but on the IRS form. How can a balance sheet prove without the expenses? You have to have an offset. Again, in this issue here, Rich Goodwin just hung himself, because you just cannot get a balanced audited sheet without having expenses. In conclusion, the board has broken several rules. They keep telling us they're not accountants, yet all are guilty for signing the checks which are in their possession. The financial year-end statements. Mr. Goodwin stated,
your time,
no one ever, no, I want to finish.
No, your time is up.
No, it's not up.
It is up. I recess this meeting until Mr. Stein leaves. You're not. All right, anyone else want to speak? Pardon? Oh, go ahead, Len. After him, yeah.
Len Fincy, Kitbuck Way. I don't have a certified letter to read. I don't have a prepared speech. I know the gentleman, and I use that loosely, who spoke before me is a man who refused to pay his assessments to this community. Is a man who cost us thousands of dollars in legal fees. Is a man who got out of paying those fees by declaring bankruptcy and costing this association over $30,000. And yet he makes accusations.
Who throws his garbage?
I saw a woman come up here and complain about discourtesy from the board, and yet you saw how she behaved while the board was talking. Now, who's discourteous, and whom should we believe? Folks, you got some people here who hate this community, whether they want to admit it or not, and the best thing they can do for themselves and us is pack up and leave, and the sooner the better.
Any other comments?
I move we adjourn.
We adjourn.
All right.
Just concerning,
Okay.
since there was somebody that came with him and said he was an accountant, and he wasn't. He was a dentist. Isn't that fraud or something? And how we're talking about lawyers and such, isn't there something wrong with him lying? I mean, there's no law against that, I guess, right? But that's okay?
It's not okay.
I mean, what happens?
It's not okay.
Don't we have a right to say something to a homeowner who presents himself falsely and the person with him falsely? And the other person is also apparently a troublemaker.
All right, I remove. Second to move and get out of here.
All those in favor?
Miles.